Welcome back. I'm Atinda, and this is Between Sips, a place for the thoughts that stay with us between one conversation and the next. Can I ask you something? When was the last time someone genuinely appreciated you? Maybe they said you did a great job. I'm proud of you. You look happy these days. I'm sure it felt good. Maybe you smiled. Maybe you even thanked them. Now, let me ask you another question. Can you remember the last criticism someone gave you? Maybe they called you selfish. Maybe they said you weren't good enough. Maybe they questioned your abilities. Maybe they compared you to someone else. Now, notice something. Which one stayed with you longer? The compliment or the criticism? I've asked this question to so many people, and most of them gave the same answer. It's always a criticism. Why? Why does our mind hold on to the painful words while kind ones disappear so quickly? Psychology has a name for this. It is called the negativity bias. Our brain naturally pays more attention to negative experiences than the positive ones. Not because there is something wrong with us, but because that's how our brain learned to survive thousands of years ago. Forgetting a compliment then put your life at risk. Forgetting the danger did. So our brain became incredibly good at remembering pain. Even today, our nervous system often reacts to emotional criticism as if it's a threat. But here's what I find even more interesting. Sometimes the criticism itself isn't what hurts the most, it's what we make it mean. If someone says you're not good enough, we don't just hear the sentence. We begin asking ourselves, what if they are right? And suddenly, one person's opinion becomes our identity. I wonder how many of us are still carrying words that were spoken years ago, maybe by a teacher, maybe by a parent, maybe by someone we loved. Words that they probably forgot, but we have repeated to ourselves ever since. Isn't that heartbreaking? Sometimes the person who hurt us has already moved on, but their words are still living rent free in our minds. A few years ago, if someone criticized me, I would spend days replaying the conversation. I would think of all the things I should have said. I would question myself. I would wonder if I had failed. And then one day I asked myself a different question. Why am I giving one person's opinion more authority than my own experience of myself? And you know what? That question changed something. And it didn't change overnight, but it happened slowly. When I began reading the Bhagavad Gita, one teaching that has always stayed with me, and I keep coming back to it. Krishna encourages Arjun to remain steady, whether he's praised or criticized. When I first read that, I thought, that's impossible. Of course, criticism hurts. Of course, praise feels good. But maybe the teaching isn't asking us not to feel anything. Maybe it is asking us not to lose ourselves. And this is a huge difference. You can listen to criticism, you can learn from it without allowing it to define your worth. I've realized one thing, that confident people aren't those who never receive criticism. They receive it too. The only difference is that they don't build their identity around it. They ask, is there something here I can learn? If the answer is yes, they grow. If not, they just let it go. Maybe that's the invitation for all of us, not to stop listening, but to stop surrendering. Because feedback can help improve your work, but it should never decide your value. Before we finish today's Between Sips, I had like to leave you with one question. And it's not for your mind, it's for your heart. Whose voice are you still carrying that no longer deserves to live inside you? Maybe it's time to put that voice down and start listening to your own. I'm AK. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. This was Between Sips from Silence Between Coffee. Until tomorrow, take care of your mind and your soul. And remember, little bit of silence is needed.